Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and this is Ask Lukenessmonster episode 87, this series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys do want your questions answered in next week's video, make sure to comment down below in this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. And just a reminder, there is less than a week left to enter in our Black Series Crosshair giveaway. All you have to do to enter is 1, make sure you are subbed to the channel, and 2, comment on that giveaway video. It'll be pinned in the card and linked in the description, but you do have to be subscribed to enter, so make sure to go down, hit that like button, subscribe, and on to the first question. The first question from the Ninja Assassin, he says, do you think that with the release of Starkiller, we'll be getting more versions of the character, like appearances from both games since he has so many outfits in both games? So I really hope so. So if you guys didn't know, obviously the base version of Starkiller was announced. This is just his standard Sith apprentice appearance, and it's definitely a good choice for a Black Series figure because it's his most iconic outfit, but he has so many different ones in the games, and there's a lot that I would love to see. So I think for starters, the most obvious one is his full suit, Sith suit. This thing is an incredible outfit, and it would be super nice to get in Black Series form. And then another one would just be the Force Unleashed 2 outfit, which has the dual blue lightsabers, and it's a little bit of a different robe, so I think that one's pretty good. And there's a few other here and there, so I'll definitely throw them on screen if they kind of stand out, but he has a ton of outfits, and it would be nice to see a few different variations in the line. Now, do I think we'll be getting them? I don't know. I think if the normal Starkiller figure is popular enough, they might, but it would have to be a lot of reuse, and so the reuse would have to make sense. They're not going to go out and make a brand new mold for every single new Starkiller figure, so if they can reuse most of the body and do a few new pieces, I could see them doing it, but fully brand new sculpts every time probably wouldn't happen. The next question is actually from my good friend David, and I want to give a big shout out to David for being a channel member for over a year. If you guys don't know anything about the channel memberships, you get these super cool clone name badges that progress the longer you're a member, as well as access to the members Discord and exclusive emojis. So if you do want to support the channel in another way, make sure to go check it out. Click the join button down below, and huge shout out to David. Anyway, onto his question. He says, now that 2023 has shown the reveal of your 2 most anticipated figures, Fives and Starkiller, what is number 3 on your want list? Gotta say, this is a really tough question. If you asked me this a week ago, which you actually did, this was 13 days ago, but if you asked me a week ago, I would 100% have said a Super Battle Droid, which was pipelined. Then it would have been a Previsla, which was revealed, and then it would have been a Droideka, which was also pipelined. So that's my top 5 figures right there, have already been announced or pipelined by Hasbro. So yeah, we are in a pickle when it comes to figures I want, because they just announced a ton of them. I actually did just release a top 10 wishlist video a few days ago, so make sure to go check out that full video, but I think this one will have to be tied between 2 figures, and it'll have to be a Clone Commander, Neo, and Bakara. Both are super cool figures from Revenge of the Sith, and they're just figures we don't have yet, and so because of that, I'm a huge Clone fan. It would be nice additions to the collection. The next question says, what do you think about a Phase 1 Captain Rex in the Black Series? Would it be on the 2020 mold or on the Archive mold? So, interesting question. So, do I think we'll get a Phase 1 Captain Rex? I don't know. At some point, I hope we do, but at this point, again, it's really hard to tell. Hasbro's been really focusing on Phase 2 clones. They don't do a ton of Phase 1s, so to see them go out and do a Phase 1 Rex, it would have to be some sort of relevant figure, so we'd have to wait and see. I think it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but I don't think it's on the top of their list. But would it be on the 2020 mold or the Archive mold? Well, it wouldn't be on the Archive mold, because I'm assuming you're referring to the Archive 501st. That is a very old mold, and Rex has never been on that mold. But if you're referring to the original Rex body, I think it's possible. I think that Hasbro likes to reuse different pieces from different molds, so it's possible they could reuse this Rex. But I think the most likely scenario is that they do it on the 2023 mold, which is the newest clone mold. This one is quite a bit better than the 2020 version, and it's what Hasbro likes to do. They like to use their new molds. They made a brand new mold for some of these figures, and they want to get their money's worth, so they wouldn't have to do a ton of new sculpting for it, so I think the most reasonable thing they would do is use this mold. The next question says, when the Starkiller figure is put on the main line, what accessories do you want to be carried over? example, switch effects, hands, heads. So unfortunately, I don't think any of these are going to get crossed over. I think it's just going to be the red lightsaber blade, no swoosh blade, and no hands, no heads. But realistically, what do I want? I want all of them. I think that these are all great accessories, and it'd be a shame for them not to be released in the mainline release, but knowing Hasbro, they won't come with any of it. But I think the most important thing that I'd like to see would be the extra hands. I think the swoosh effect is awesome. I think the extra heads are awesome, but I do think some of the extra hands, just so you can give these characters some different expressions. Give them some force hands, some open hands, some grabbing hands, just enough to give these characters a little bit more expression in their posability and their display. The next question says, for some reason, Walmart and Target exclusives always show up on other websites. Why do you think that's the case? So, as far as Walmart, Target, Amazon, a lot of those stores allow third-party sellers. And so, people will go ahead and buy stock of some of these exclusives. For example, the Black Series photo figure. And you can actually go and you can buy these through third-party sellers, people selling these that aren't actually the owner of this exclusive, and they'll sell it on other websites to try to pretty much get more money out of it and make a profit. And so what I tend to do is I just don't tend to buy anything on Walmart, Target, Amazon that isn't specifically sold and shipped through that store that you're specifically buying through. The next question from Commander Cycle. He actually does have a question here I already answered in this video, so make sure to go back and watch this video if you did miss the answer to that question. But he also does ask a second question, which is, how did you start to get so many views and subscribers? Well, honestly, I uploaded videos. I uploaded videos for the first 6 months of my channel. For example, I've been doing it for 3.5 years now, and in the first 6 months, I got like 100 views total and like less than 100 subscribers. It took me a long time to grow on YouTube, but through consistency, I uploaded every day for two years straight, and just through consistency and content that I enjoyed making, it was a slow growth, but I slowly grew, gained more views and more subscribers. The next question from Phase 2 Action Review, make sure to go drop a sub on his channel, but he says, I've been trying to make some new content but haven't really gotten any figures recently. What kind of video should I start to do? Like a series or something like that? P.S. I'm putting out a 10 TBS figure list, so make sure to go check out his channel. But honestly, I just think it's whatever you enjoy making. For a long time here on YouTube, I've just been pushing out videos, and there's a lot of videos that I didn't enjoy making, and so a lot of those series I've cut from the channel. But if it's something you enjoy doing, I think you should keep pushing it out. And it's about consistency. If you enjoy making it and you push out enough videos, people will start to watch, but you've got to consistently upload that type of video to grow that type of audience. So it's pretty hard to learn the YouTube algorithm, but once you get a hand of it, you'll start getting more views and more subscribers. The next question says, do you think Hasbro will ever make the daughter, the son, and the father from the Clone Wars? And do you think we'll get a new mold for Commander Fox? Great question. No, I don't think they'll ever make a daughter, son, or father. They're just too niche of characters for Hasbro to make, and I think they would honestly pegworm quite a bit. As far as a new mold for Commander Fox, I think it's possible, but it probably won't be for a long time. I think you'll see an archive version or a re-release of the original Fox before you see a brand new mold. Hasbro doesn't like to make new molds of already existing figures, and if they do, it's years and years later. So I'd say maybe an archive or a re-release, but a new mold, it's probably still another few years off. The next question from the High Groundian, he says, would you be willing to play a game called Escape the Backrooms on your gaming channel? And he also says that this is the first comment he's ever done on any of my videos, so thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate the first time comment. And if you guys didn't know, I have a gaming channel. It's called Lukeness Gaming. It's always linked in the descriptions of each video, so if you do want to check it out, it is linked below. But yeah, I think I'd be willing to play it. I'm not super into horror games. I've kind of gotten into like the Five Nights at Freddy's series, but I've always been too chicken to actually sit down and play the games. But I think it'd definitely be an interesting playthrough. I don't know. It's something I would consider, but if you guys want to see it and enough people ask for it, it's something that I would consider playing. Last question for today from Commander Cook. He asks, ask Lukenessmonster, do you have something you would like to share with the whole class? I do, actually, but before I get into that, I want to thank Commander Cook again for being a part of the Lukeness Legion for over a year. If you want to go join the channel membership, again, it is linked in the description. But what do I want to share with the whole class? we do have Lukenessmonster merch. Again, it is linked in the description. We have a ton of stuff from t-shirts to hoodies to jackets, hats, and so much more. So if you guys do want to support the channel, make sure to go down and check out the link below. We have a ton of stuff, and it would be greatly appreciated if you were to go down and check it out. But that is going to do it for the video. So if you did enjoy, hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure to comment down below on this week's video if you do want me to answer your question in the next video. And I do apologize to anyone if I did miss your question. So if I did miss it, make sure to comment again for next week. But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.